Welcome back to Saloon Build. Now this video will be continuation of the quest of trying to finish this workshop, which is taking longer than I thought, but hey ho. So I've already blocked up one window, that's all done. Need to move on to the other one, get that done, blocked up, that's all finished. Now I have made a slight error on the gate, slight error, maybe not. Initially I didn't know all this was going to be getting plastic. So the landlady seen what I did at the front, she loved it, and she said, could I do it at the rear? So that's what I'm doing. But unfortunately, where I hung my gate and where I cladded the gate off means that as my gate opens now, it crashes into the plastic and it won't open. It will only open ajar. So I need to adjust that, move the gate over slightly. Got some longer things that I'm going to weld on, carry that, move the gate over, create like a little return section, and then my plastic will go along and the gate will open properly. I didn't expect that at the first, but it's just one of those things that's happened, unfortunately. So I'll show you get this around. So initially I fitted this post, which obviously the gate swings from, but now where I've cladded this off and now I've uprighted this wall, this now will crash. Well, literally comes into here, so this doesn't work. So I'm going to cut these off, new post at that end, move all the gate over by about 4 or 5 inches. That will give me this little bulkhead sort of detail here. I can clad that, that comes along, job fixed. So that will literally be task today. I'll get my dad to dig a hole, put a new post in, we can move all that over, weld those new ones on, and we should be fine. So I start with taking all this window out, blocking that up, and go from there. So fast forward to the next day, block work's finished. Now my sand was really wet, so it made that really difficult because couldn't get the muck quite how I wanted it, so it was a bit wet, but we've got it done, that's finished. Dad's done the post, so the post is now in and ready for us to cut the old post out. Gate can be moved over, that solved that issue up there, so that's gone well. Need to cut that other post off, but I'm going to let that post creep go off a bit longer first before I cut that other post out. So that means that gate will come over, solve our issue of the plastic there. So I'm now going to start putting all my timbers across this wall. Fortunately, I've already realised that the timber that they've put in the web of the steel is tipping out slightly, which means to get this one upright as well is going to be out of a pack a piece. So I'm going to cut the same material behind, and hopefully that should do the job. But once I cut this top sheet off and I'll fix it back into the end timbers, we should be able to start putting them on, and then we'll be ready to go with the plastic. unfortunately my phone died, and I didn't realise, so I didn't catch me doing the last bit, but all of the uprights are done now. Put my heads in above the door, doors framed round. Last thing I got left is to put a corner post in, because I didn't realise how much this was coming off this way, so that didn't line up, so that one's been removed. New post in at the end, and then we will be ready for plastic. Unfortunately it's raining, isn't ideal, but hopefully it stays somewhat light and we can get all this plastic and the other side, re-weld the gate, and hopefully that'll be job done. Unfortunately the weather didn't hold up, so in the words of Bear Grylls, adapt and overcome, we've stuck the, it's not the best, but we've put this sheet up and hopefully keep us somewhat dry. Corners are done, now we just start putting the plastic on. Hopefully we don't get too wet. Fast forward to Sunday and it's beautiful blue skies. Absolute typical. We battled through the rain yesterday, had the sheet up, got most of this done, and it's come out really well, but started doing around these doors. Fortunately don't have enough offcuts to do that, so at the minute I'm waiting until I've cut the others and then I can go back in and fill that. Got the scribes done. One more sheet to go in the top here, cut this sheet to the angle. I've got another sheet to go in down here, but I don't want to do that until I've also got a bit of offcut. So next is going to be down this line, get that boarded, get that finished, then we can do 90 trims on here, big 90 trim on the top to close it off to the roof sheets, 90 trims around the doors, get these done, head in, and then that is pretty much outside lights to go on, and then we're pretty much done out here, and then be back inside, finish the wiring and a few other little jobs, possibly paint the floor, and then it'd be back onto spray booth.
Should be back.
So, moving on to the gate, I brought these slightly extended ones, which I'm going to cut this off here, so I don't need them that long. And then I've got this 10mm plate, which I'm going to weld underneath because I don't want that holding that whole gate because it is very heavy. So they're going to go underneath, get welded on, weld this on. In typical style, it was raining all day, so I haven't recorded much of this, but gate's been moved, got this small little detail down here now, and gate works fine, so it doesn't crash into the plastic anymore. Cut the old post off, gate now opens flat back against the plastic. I'll show you these are my triangulated gussets that just hold that. I think it would have been fine anyway, but better to be safe than sorry. So that is gate finished. So I'm going to go last few bits on the plastic, a few little trims, little piece up there, last bit of trim there, and that'll be job done at the back. Okay, so fast forward to the following weekend and we're finished. Gate's all done and moved, all the plastic's finished, external corner beads are on, top beads on, all the scribes are done around the door, miters are done at the top of the door, outside lights are on, and that is us complete. So this took longer than I was expecting, as always, but I'm really pleased with how it looks. It really transforms the back of the workshop. Okay, so I'm going to finish this video there before it ends up really long, like every other video. Back of the workshop's done now. I can cross that off the list. That's finished. I've slowly started doing my sockets. I'm not going to film any of that because it's pretty boring. So electrics should be done within the next week or two, and then I can get back onto this spray booth, which I'm still trying to brainstorm whether there's an easier way for me to do it. But with it being strata level, I'm not really sure what's going to happen with that yet, but I'll come to that when I start thinking about it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the plastic, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.